So guys, welcome inside. I hope this has gone live. I'm just going to check on my main wall. We're going to do a quick update on ALPP because ALPP is on fire. Here, let me just link this into the Discord chat. It's going to be on... I'm going to have to go to YouTube really quick to do this. I should have done this before I started the live stream. But I couldn't help it. If you're tuning in and you're watching this later on, then just skip forward to the next 30 seconds because we're going to be doing a full update on ALPP, a full chart analysis and what is going on. Because, guys, it is some really good news for ALPP today. And it is very, very exciting. Here we go. Right, let's get into the video. So, ALPP have announced some brand new news. Let's go, let's go. Where's my ALPP crew? Oh, I love this. Look at this. ALPP announces its acquisition of Thermodynamics International that will reside in the A4 Defense Systems holding portfolio. Now, we know that the A4 Defense Systems is one of the top holdings and it does really well for them. And this is a government contract, so this is why ALPP is moving at such extreme lengths today. We saw an increase yesterday of 18%, and I'm wondering why now, if that's fishy or whether insiders were buying because they knew this information before it was released to the public. Who knows? But that could have been the reason why this stock was popping off. And then today we've seen another explosive move up and we are currently sitting at 18% more. So that is more than about a 50% increase if you were to take obviously the average back down on the 20th of May. We're now like over double, 100% up on the money. That's why I always say, guys, time and time again, gotta average your way in over time, and that way you're going to get the best price. And if you ever see anything like this, then it's great news because that means you've averaged your way in, you've actually lowered your risk by buying on these dip opportunities, you've got a lower price, maybe $3 to $4, and now when the explosion happens, you guys are now sitting in some nice green profits. It's a good day for all of our ALPP shareholders. Hey guys, I can see you in the comments now. We've got Pete Johnson down there, we've got Lewis Turner, we've got Rodney Hall. Welcome guys, I hope you guys are all having a great day. How is everyone? Our ALPP family are on huge news. Primary client of TDI is the US government. Yes, it is. It's the Department of Defense. So I do have up on here the actual article, and I thought we could quickly go through it. So it's saying that they are a leading operator in a small business market. This is ALPP, we know what that is. And they have entered into a definitive purchase agreement to acquire the Thermodynamics International. So this is a Florida company, it's a US company. As we know, they like to acquire US companies. So that's really great. They concentrate on the essence of American companies, essentially is what they're doing right now. And they expect to meet close conditions to the definitive purchase agreement by May 17th. Similar to its prior acquisitions, the company will escrow paycheck protection program funds while working with the small business acquisition regarding forgiveness of the PPP loan. So that is obviously just some of the news that it is doing. We've got Thermodynamics International is an international engineering fabricator and project management systems company. TDI primary client is in the United States federal government, so that's fantastic news. So that's why we are seeing such a rocket. Any company that works with US government, guys, has insider knowledge and they have a lot of support. The foundations from the government, like Palantir, that's why Kathy Wood is so convinced that Palantir is going to go to the moon, is because they work with the US government, and we don't know exactly how big that contract is or how big it's going to be in the future. But when a client or a company works with a government system like the US government, it really is a limitless money-making machine. They can literally just print money if they need it to, they need help with anything, or you think of selling at this price. We've had a comment. So I've actually sold my position now because it has had a huge push up. I know it sounds absolutely crazy, but when we see these big pushes, just like up here, you guys can see, we always get those reverses where things come back down. And I've seen this time and time again. And if I go on to Beyond Meat and use this as an example, and then we'll go back onto the article, I just want to cover this quick comment. Wait for this to load up. I don't know why my laptop's being a bit slow today. But Beyond Meat announced a merger with Burger King and Coca-Cola and Pepsi throughout this year. And every time we saw these announcements, like look at this one, this was for the Burger King snack announcement. we saw an increase of almost 100%. And then we had another sell-off and it consolidated back down to its normal area. So normally you're going to see things like this happen. But the only thing with ALPP is the fact that it's such a new company and anything can happen at any time. And we also know that the Nasdaq are potentially going to have an uplist to the Nasdaq at any point. So I could miss out right now, but I am just going to sit tight on my hands. I'm going to keep watch on the Twitter page. If we get an announcement, then I'll be jumping straight back in. And again, I'm not too worried because again, I sold my original position all the way back up here around the $7 to $8 mark when I did buy in around $2, you know, months and months ago. When we saw that run up, I got hundreds of pounds of profit. I sold out and then I started to rebuy back in at $5.50 all the way down to about $3. So I've been averaging my price in somewhere around the $4 range. And on this position now, I've just taken some of my profits out. And again, I'm now looking to recapitalize in once we do, in fact, have a curl back down to around $5. Unless then I'll start to average in another position at a cheaper price. And again, that way will just be better for the long term. So I did have a few hundred shares in ALPP, and again, now I don't have any left because I've sold them out. But let's go back onto this this aerospace and exactly what they do. So they are saying that the TD specializes in managing complex projects, assessments, and infrastructure for its customers, including support service for the thermal engineering and designs of US embassies and consultants worldwide. So that's quite interesting. So again, we know that the defense system, they're working with a lot of the drone technology right now. So I'm assuming it's going to be to do with that. And this is in response to a growing demand from the A4 aerospace. And we know also that Kathy Wood, ARK Invest, has her big ideas up. And the big ideas, one of them is in aerospace and defense. So we've got artificial intelligence, aerospace and defense. We've also got electrical vehicles and energy storage. So those are some of the really, really big players. And then we've got the genomic sequencing. So this is one of her top 5. And Kent has his finger in one of those pies. So that's really good. We've got Teresa saying that she's not going to sell for a few years. Well, I'm with you there. I will be buying back in at any curl back. And again, I'll see any of these dips as a buying opportunity. So once the hype settles down, I'm going to start to repurchase in. Hopefully we will get Nasdaq soon. I did do a video yesterday. We are still waiting for those Nasdaq announcements to be listed. It is just a case of waiting because obviously right now they're saying that it's out of their hands. Kent said he's done everything, so we just have to wait. But it's such a good news, guys, for today. Look at this, 17%. This is why you've got to be patient in the markets. I know it's been really painful lately. Can't get my words out. It's been a really, really painful month. February was, you know, looking good, and then it just like trickled off. It just started turning negative. The markets was just in a really, really bad place. We've seen a little bit of a recovery now. Things are starting to settle down. So that's some really good news. And obviously this is why you use those times in the market when, you know, you can buy your favorite stocks on sale, and that's when you're going to get your best average price. And in the long term, you will definitely be rewarded. And that's just proof in the pudding. ALPP's on fire. So is it still a good time to get in on this stock? We've had a question. So I think if you're going to buy in for the long term, you're probably going to be fine. But I would probably wait for it to come back down to around $5 and below. But you are probably going to see the prices of around $4.50 because the area of resistance and support that I did do a video yesterday, was this video on my channel. If I come onto my channel, you can see I did 2 videos yesterday on ALPP. I did one here, which was released 18 hours ago, and I did another one just slightly before that, this one here with the Nasdaq uplisting soon. And I did say in that video that the new area of support and resistance, once we do break above this, which was hopefully going to happen this week, which it has, was going to be around that $4 mark to $4.50, all the way up to $5.50 as a layer of resistance. So if I put that in, you can see that we've touched on here, and this is going to be a nice area of resistance. And you can see as well that this is you know, starting to get overstretched on the RSI now, and we are struggling to keep anything above that the 5.4 mark. So we're probably going to see this kind of sitting around here for some time. And this will be the new floor. So if I draw above this, because we've broken above this, this was acting as a resistance. You can see that we tested here before, back in March on the 31st and the 1st of April. We also tested back here on the 15th of March all the way down to the 3rd of March. And again, this was also used as an area of resistance on the 25th of January and also the 29th of December 2020. So now we've broken above it. This is going to probably be the new trading range for ALPP. So we're probably going to see the price come back down, retest somewhere around the, I would imagine the $4.50 mark is probably going to be more sensible. People will probably start to flood back into the stock. We'll probably hit about 50 on the RSI. And again, then we'll start to curl back up to around $5.50 to $6. Hopefully, if we get some Nasdaq announcements soon, then we might actually start to see a recovery all the way up to $7, maybe even $8. I know that there were some companies recently that did have an announcement for the Nasdaq. They had been waiting even longer than ALPP had. And now they have actually had those announcements, and they've actually gone up about 25%, 30%. So hopefully with that news, if it does come in the next few weeks and we do stay in this range, then guys, we probably will see those prices of $7 to $8 again. So if you have been left back holding ALPP, it's not the end of the world. Use your time to average down on any dips, because again, we are going to get those dips opportunities, and that way you're going to make more money in the long run. So it's just, again, just having conviction and holding for the long term. But this is really good news. I want to go back on the article, because I had a real brief skim as I was going live, and it says about this, and it says that this company, right, so for the past 34 years, TD has been a pillar of support for the defence of state and its complex embassy worldwide. So this is great because it's a global company, and also Kent has recently come out and said in an interview, I did a video on it, and I said that he's wanting to expand into the global markets and not just work in the US. So this is some fantastic news, a step in the right direction for Kent. I know that he will be very pleased with that. And it says that the company on average generates between 9 million and 13 million in annual sales. So this is enormous, because the sales that they are getting right now, guys, don't even equate to 20 million in a year. So this is over 50% of their revenues right now. So that's absolutely fantastic news. And again, if this is growing, and also they're working with the US government, this could continue to increase. So this is going to be an even more bullish thesis for ALPP moving forward. And further, with the addition of TD, the Alpine family of employees is now 350 strong. And you guys know in my last video I said that they had about 295 employees. So now they've actually just accelerated about another 20% growth, 25% growth of employees. So they've now got an extra 55 employees. And again, this is amazing because there's a labour shortage right now in the US. And a lot of their competition has actually dropped off due to the pandemic. So this company is obviously just expanding. They've now got global works. They've got, new infrastructure, new subsidiaries, and they're going to have new revenues. So this is really, really great. And this was all because of you guys, because Kent was allowed to do the capital raise when I said it was up here. And I said, guys, sell out your positions, because we were going to have a share dilution. It's what happened. We did have that share dilution, price pushed back down, but they paid off all of their debts. They paid off their balance sheets. 55 million was a lot, so they don't have any debt now, which is amazing. And now he is able to acquire companies like this because he has more money. So it's really, really great. He was able to keep all of his workforce strong, and it's all because of the shareholders. For what you guys do, for what we do, we hold on to it. So that's some really good news. You can see that we are starting to have a really, really small sell-off. So again, I think we have topped here around that 5.4 mark. We probably will trickle now, probably around the $5 to the 5.3 mark, I would imagine, for the rest of the day. We may see a further sell-off down into the 4.8, but this seems to be a nice strong area right now. So we'll see on the 15-minute if we are settling around here. Let's see what's happening on the 15-minute. Yeah, we are kind of settling on here. So we need to come back in the RSI, guys, probably to around that 65 mark, which will probably be around about the $5 mark. So by the end of the day, we'll probably be sitting around there. But overall, this is some fantastic news for ALPP. Again, if you are in here, welcome inside. My name's Jason. Make sure to smash that like button for me. And also let me know where you're from. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then I'd love to have you on this journey. ALPP is a channel favorite of ours. And we have a Patreon with a separate page just for ALPP. We love this stock. It is one of our all-time favorite stocks on the channel. And, I cover it as much as I can. It's probably the most covered topic on my channel. I love that this stock has such a cult following. And what else does it say on here? It says that they span across 6 states and they proudly build, design and manufacture in the US. Over the next 18 months, the ALPP and TD management teams will enact several capital purchases that will allow TD to grow in excess of 50 million by the end of 2025. Wow, that's fantastic news. I hope all shareholders and employees will join me and welcome our new employees to the family. Well, we're here with you, Ken, and we've got 37 people live. We are the true believers in your stock. And again, any dips on the share price of ALPP, I will be using to my advantage, because in the long term, this has just set them up for a very, very, strong future success. And guys, this is just the start of the year. Don't forget, we are only just approaching into the second quarter. We are only obviously coming into May soon. And they said that they are going to have, a record May coming. If we go onto the Twitter, Kent did do a full interview, a full breakdown. And he said that the quality circular assemblage is also on track to do 1.8 million, basically 2 million, and that was just for the month of April, I think, alone. So they've got some really nice revenues coming in. I did see some guy made a video on ALPP recently, an accountant, and he basically slated them, went through their balance sheets. I didn't leave a comment because I don't like hating on anyone's stuff. I didn't leave a dislike or anything on his video, but really disagree with it, because obviously this company is so new, and you have to always remember, like I have an Amazon FBA business. When you're starting a business, like any business, it takes time. You get debts, but once you pay them off in the long run, they will become profitable. Look at Neo, they're still not profitable. You know, they're running up hugely right now on the stock market, but it just takes time, but they will get there, and this is a step in the right direction. So fantastic news overall for ALPP, what we can expect moving forward, and again, use those days of red as a buying opportunity. So thanks for joining me, guys. Again, if you are new, then welcome inside. Make sure to smash that like as always, hit that big red subscribe button, and welcome to this family of investors. Who in the comments do we have left? Let me know who you are. I want to see who's still in on this stream. I want to know where our ALPP shareholders are. If you're holding ALPP, write ALPP. I'm going to join you guys, reminiscing. This is like old memories from last year when the share price was just going absolutely nuts over the course of 2 weeks. I absolutely love how this stock just flies up on good news. Absolutely can't wait for that Nasdaq uplisting. Look at that, absolutely soaring up, tanking up. So we've got UK here. We are smashing it today, says Jack. Yeah, we sure are. We absolutely are. But the only thing that worries me again is when you see these big moves like this, guys, you always have to remember it's not normal. When you see these massive spikes, you are going to have those pullbacks. So we will probably have a pullback. So again, if you haven't got your stop loss set and maybe you are invested around the $5, $4 mark, then it's always worth maybe putting your stop loss on just in case we ever did break down from this layer of support and we ever came back down into the $3 zone. You just don't know if it's going to happen. But if it ever did, then at least you're covered now because you're in the green. You won't be left bag holding. And then again, you can just use those dips in the share price to actually use it to your advantage. And that way you're going to get a better price and you're going to be very happy holding this for the longer term because you're going to have more profits. So we have someone saying we had 20 grand up. Congratulations, Toby. That is absolutely wonderful. Wow, that is wonderful news for our ALPP shareholder there, for Toby. So yeah, I think Ken will be awesomely excited for all of this. I'm going to try and get Ken on the channel, guys. I have written to them. They haven't replied yet, but I will probably try and contact them again soon. So we'll see if we can get ALPP on the channel, and we will do a full review if they are up for it, because I absolutely love this stock, and I am a full believer, and I know that you guys are a believer too. So we'll see if we can get him to reach out but to us, because if we can, then that's going to be freaking awesome, and I would love that. What else does it say on here? I don't think it says anything else. Yeah, that is kind of all of the information there on the access wire for ALPP. So some fantastic news. If you're new in here and you've never seen my channel before, then please let me know below in the comments now. I would love to hear from you. Make sure to smash the like button and also hit that big red subscribe button. My name is Jason. Again, ALPP is one of our favorite stocks on this channel that we cover every single week. Do you think the Nasdaq uplisting will buy the rumor, sell the news, and see a significant drop once it's confirmed? I think it won't. I actually think in this case it's actually going to be a push up, and the reason why I say that is because if you look at the good news that happened today, the share price has increased. And if you look at the Nasdaq uplisting when it was first announced, was in February, it was around this time, and if you look at what happened on February 4th, we ran all the way up to almost $10. Then nothing was announced after 2 weeks and things started to be sold off. And then we've come all the way back down to this area of consolidation. So what I believe happened is a lot of investors priced in the Nasdaq here. And then when the Nasdaq wasn't priced in, we actually lost all of those investors and we came all the way back down here. And right now what's happening is we are getting new investors in the share price because of these acquisitions. So people that are new to ALPP will probably be investing because of this new government contract. And a lot of people would have probably forgotten about the Nasdaq at this point because it's been so many months. So when we do see a announcement of the Nasdaq, and again, on top of all this good news, on top of the fact that this is going to be 50 million over the next 5 years or 4 years, which is absolutely incredible. You've got all of this news here, the booking of new revenues, and you've got Kent talking almost every single week on different platforms, on different news shows, and every time he speaks it's just absolutely fantastic news. He never comes out and says anything negative. He only ever comes out and says that he's supporting the company, it's moving in the right direction, they're growing in revenue, they're acquiring new businesses, they're expanding globally. It's just fantastic. It's what you want to hear for a start company, and he's got the transparency. He's completely transparent with us. He puts out those letters that you can see previously when he puts out those letters on his Twitter, and he says, dear shareholders, employees, the Nasdaq is coming, we just have to be patient. So what we're going to see is once that does happen, I believe that it's not priced in, we're probably going to see a push up to around $6-7. I really do think that's what's going to happen. So yeah, go ALPP. So ALPP baby, as I say. So like today, probably will come back down around about $5 mark, probably towards the end of the day, maybe just trickle into the 4, and we'll see how that goes. But thanks for joining, guys. I do hope that you enjoyed this quick little live stream of ALPP. If you would like me to look at any of your other stocks while I'm in here, let me know. We've got 28 people in the room. Let me know where you guys are all from. Make sure to smash the like button as always. Really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And obviously anyone that is hyped on ALPP, it's just great to have you guys in the room on this journey with me, on, you know, all of us together. It's just fantastic news. So pretty exciting stuff. I don't know what's popping off on the Discord, but yeah, I'm sure it's pretty exciting on there. I'm sure everyone is absolutely pumped right now for our ALPP stock. We've also got the Nasdaq today. I don't even know what it's doing. It's flatlining at all-time highs. So great news that that's flatlining, and ALPP is up over 15% on the day. How fantastic is that? So you're welcome. Thanks, Rodney, for tuning in. I'm really glad that you enjoyed that video. I enjoyed making this one. So that was the Palantir video that was out this morning. This one here. There it is. But yeah, fantastic. Love that stock as well. But ALPP, so here it is, looking for a buy the dip opportunity around about that $4.50 mark. I am going to start to reload my shoes in, and I'll be piling in hard to this one, because in the long term, I think that this is going to be a great company. This is definitely going to be a double-digit wealth builder, especially now that they have announced this new acquisition again. If this does all go through, and this all does get signed by the 17th of May, then it's going to be fantastic, because we are going to probably see another big push, especially with this 50 million in revenue, and that's just one of their subsidiaries, guys, because they have multiple subsidiaries. Don't forget, they've got about 9 or 10 subsidiaries, and they've got their hand in so many pies: technology, construction, manufacturing. They've got aerospace and infrastructure. They've also got drone technology, and they are a fast growing and forward thinking company, and they're always expanding. So who knows what is next for ALPP? Who knows what opportunities the Nasdaq will bring in? We don't know what other acquisitions, subsidiaries that will bring in, and what other large institutions will want to partner and also, you know, buy up those shares, because we might get some really big firms. Who knows who is going to be buying into this? And with these contracts growing with the government, I mean, who knows if Cathie Wood will ever adopt into drone technology of some kind into this, you know, defense sector. We just don't know. They are in the aerospace sector. ARKX is a new ETF. Again, this company, they won't be bought up until they're on the Nasdaq. And again, they need to clear the name again, probably have some better balance sheets before anyone like ARK does invest into them. But in the future, in a year from now, we don't know where they're going to be. So it could be a good opportunity. And again, it's only at $5 today. So in the long term, we'll have to see where this one ends up. But this is probably going to be a $20, $25 stock in a few years. And it's going to be great to see that growth over time. Hold this one as a successful penny stock. I really don't think that this company is going anywhere. I think that this company is here to stay. They've weathered the pandemic. They've sorted out their balance sheets. They've done those acquisitions, and they're growing. They're growing globally. And, you know, it's just fantastic. So we've got Teresa is from Lakeland, Florida. I used to live in Tampa in Florida for many years. I absolutely love Florida, the weather. I miss it so much. It was so hot, although I don't miss any of the crocodiles and alligators in the swamp. But beautiful place. Yes, Jack, wait until we are on multiple platforms. Penny stock, not much longer. ALPP to the moon. I love this community, guys. You guys are freaking awesome. I'm so pumped that you guys are on here with me this morning or this afternoon, wherever you're watching this from Northampton, UK, so it will be the afternoon. But yeah, fantastic news. This is why, again, we just hold strong, hold long, and you guys will be rewarded for sure. Same as Neo, guys. If you're in Neo, just hold on to all of this. In a year from now, you will be rewarded. So you've just got to keep at the long-term game. Just play the game. Average down on those days when it's red, just buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Go ALPP, we've got Myron saying, holding strong, 500 shares. I did buy at 6 to 7 initially, and now averaged, exactly, you've averaged down to 560, so you're basically at break even. So fantastic news. Again, if you wanted to take profits at like a tiny bit of a loss, it really isn't the end of the world if you are buying back in, you know, down here, especially if we don't get Nasdaq announced in the next week. We probably will see a small sell-off. I do expect the Nasdaq to continue selling off this week, like I said, unless the earnings are just absolutely outstanding. We had outstanding earnings for Google and Alphabet. They absolutely exploded on revenues, guys. But the Nasdaq is like flat today. The SPY is flat. So I don't think it's going to affect the markets that much. And because we are sitting at such a high price right now. I probably do expect, you know, a small sell-off of just about 2-3% coming in the next few weeks. So if we do see that, ALPP probably will come back down to around that $4.50 range. And again, that's going to be a place where I'm going to be certainly loading up my boats for the long term. So I hope that you guys have been enjoying all of these ALPP videos that we've been releasing on the channel. And, you know, I'm just so grateful for your support. And, you know, you guys are just amazing. I couldn't have done it without you. Really appreciate all of you guys on the channel, and I'm so happy to cover this stock. And it's great to know that this stock has got such a good following, and it wasn't just me that was so bullish on this. Yeah, I'm actually 31. So Tori's asking, I lived in Florida, and how old am I? I'm actually 31, guys. I'm probably older than I look when I do have my video on. I haven't got it on the live stream today. But yeah, I traveled for many years. I traveled for 9 years of my life. I went to over 100 different countries, did some backpacking, worked on some cruise ships, traveled around, did some tours, absolutely loved it. Had the time of my life. But I lived in Florida for some time, lived in Brazil, in St. Paulo, funny enough. And I was trying to move up to Rio. Didn't happen, I stayed in St. Paulo. And then I moved to Paris. I actually worked for Disneyland for some time, funny enough. Disney is an awesome company to work for. I hold Disney in my portfolio. Great company. And then after Paris, yeah, I moved back to Florida and then came back home to England. The pandemic, I was actually in Australia and China when the pandemic started last year, and I came home from Hong Kong. After an epic story, I got stuck there for 2 whole months, and I got stuck in Singapore of all places, and I ended up in Abu Dhabi because it was the only place that could fly me internationally to the UK. And it was just a crazy story. I got to Sri Lanka in India, and they wouldn't let me into the country after we actually got onto a ship and we docked in Sri Lanka, and they wouldn't let us on land due to COVID. This was back in March, the first week of March, second week of March. But I managed to get home in April from Abu Dhabi. So crazy story. Anyway, I'm rambling on about other things. But ALPP, like I said, it's starting to sell off. You can see, just like I said, we had reached a high of 5.4. I think we will continue the sell off now. Probably people taking profits, obviously, on this run up, which is normal. I think that's very normal. It's very healthy. And again, once we do see those drops back, again, I'm just going to be loading my boats, guys, using any of the red days as a buy the dip opportunity. So I thought I was younger. I'll take that compliment. Thanks so much, Tori. I love that. I'll try and keep myself as young as I can. We've also got Myron, lived in Florida as well. Which part of Florida did you live in? And we've got Maya saying, thanks for all your ALPP videos. Well done on the excellent research and informative videos. You're so welcome. Oh, we've got someone. Hassan lives in Germany. Amazing. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Germany is a very beautiful place. Nice country indeed. Hamburg's awesome. Where is everyone else from? Make sure to smash the like, guys, if you're new. Hit that big red subscribe button. Join the family if you are new in here to the family of Invest with Jace. Join the community. Love to have you on this journey with us together. So yeah, really interesting. Let's go back onto the 5 or 15 minute chart. Have a quick look. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to have a sell-off here. Just like I said, the RSI needs to come back into around the 70 level. So this is why I use the technical standpoint, guys. The RSI is such an important. It's one of my most used technical indicators. If ever I'm putting out an alert in my Patreon for a buy and sell alert, it's because I'm using the technical indicators on the RSI. I'll check them on multiple time frames. But if we are sitting at all-time highs and we are currently overbought on the RSI, you'll never, ever hear me say to buy into a stock. I will probably be doing the opposite. I'll probably be taking profits because it's used as a reference point through history. And you can see that every time, if we come back, I mean, I'm going to scroll back onto the 1 hour and just show you a perfect example. Some technical tips for you new traders out there and a refresher for anyone that isn't new. If you look at history, guys, any time that we have come out of the RSI, look at this. Huge spike out. Can we come back down? You always get a sell-off. Look at this. Come back up. We've come out. We've had a sell-off and touch back down. So right now we've come out. We are going to have a sell-off and we will come back down. It's just a matter of time until that does happen. And that is why I like to always use the RSI. It's the best technical indicator if you are a technical trader, if you're a day trader, a swing trader of any kind, and you want optimum entry, and you're not just buying, obviously, and then holding for 5 years. Again, if you are someone that is just wanting to just buy because you just love the stock so much and you can't help but gobble up those shares like a greedy turkey, that's absolutely fine as long as you're holding it for the long term and you're using any dips as a buying opportunity. That is also another thing you can do. But I use this because you're going to get best price possible for yourself, and that way in the long run you will be rewarded. And that share price, once it does come back down, load up on those shares, guys, load up, because once it does touch down onto 30, you're probably going to see, especially if you are in a bullish pattern. And yesterday on my video as well, I did say that we had crossed over, and the 21 did close on the day over the 50 EMA, the 21 SMA. 21 EMA closed over the 50 SMA, which is this small yellow line you can see here. And I said once we do cross over that, you are probably going to see some bullish momentum. But again, this was impacted today, obviously, because obviously this news was so excellent for the 50 million revenue on this this new contract. So that is some fantastic news that we've covered on ALPP. We've got 41 people in the room now. This is awesome. YoJ thought ALPP were acquiring qualitative sector assembly according to your last video. Oh, thanks. Let me have a look on that. Are they not doing it? Let me have a look. Let's have a look. So they are ending the month with their revenue of 1.3 million. Okay. And they've got strong second quarter. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, we never said that they were going to close it. Anyway, so ALPP is coming back down to earth. We've got 11% here on the day, and we are now coming back down. So let's see where we end up. But like I said, taking profits up here was a good thing, because now that we are having that sell off, just have to see what happens. But yeah, interesting stuff. Where else is everyone from? What's everyone doing with their day today? Is anyone doing anything fun? Who's at work? Who is working out there right now? What other stocks would you like me to have a quick look over? See what the SPY is doing right now. We've got the SPY. SPY sitting at all-time highs pretty much as well. So again, probably going to have a sell-off down to that range of about 411. I did do a live stream earlier. It said that this is probably going to come back down at some point. So once we do get a nice selling off on here, then that's going to be, you know, a little bit of a turnaround point in the markets to get things at a cheaper price. Looking out for Palantir, obviously, to come down. Also Neo and also PAC-B. These are some of the stocks that I'm watching quite closely right now. Obviously using those dips as a buying opportunity. But ALPP is the main stock on this channel, and that's why we're covering today with all of the good news that has come out recently, which is absolutely fantastic. ABML. Let's see what ABML doing. I think it's in my watch list. I won't even need to add it on here. Let's come back up. There we go. So we're up 7% on the day on ABML. Not too bad. We've actually got the 21 EMA over the 50 SMA right now. So that's also going to show us that we're in a bull, you know, more of a bull market right now. So we're probably going to stay above the 50 on the RSI and probably go towards the 50 and the 70 mark. So if that's the new high, then we can expect the highs of about $2. And then the layer of support would be around this pin bar, so probably 150. So you've got a price range now between 150 and $2 moving forward. So it could still go up 25% on the day over the next few days. So we'll see where this one does end up. I think that this is going to be a good company in the long run. But again, they're way off a lot of executing on some of their ideas. So we just have to kind of wait and see, you know, in the long term where that's going to go. Let's see, we've got CleanSpark. Let's have a look at CleanSpark. Bitcoin is up on the day, isn't it? I think 1 or 2%. I think CleanSpark's at the top of my watch list, unless I moved it off. Bitcoin is now selling off. How interesting. So again, we are still selling off in Bitcoin. So let's see what CleanSpark are doing. Need to come down onto the C part. There we are. So CLSK is the CleanSpark. Okay, it looks like we are sitting almost at a lower of resistance. You can see that we tested here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th time this has happened. So we're probably going to have a sell-off. We're also at an oversold, an overbought level on the RSI. Even though the 21 EMA is over the 50 SMA, so we're probably going to come back down to the 50 on the RSI. And again, we'll probably test onto the 100. So we'll probably have a sell-off to about $20 once this does catch up. It's usually got a day delay on it to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin continues to sell off, then we will probably come back down to about $19 to $20. And then hopefully we can turn back around. And if we do break above it, the next place for resistance is going to be at $27 moving forward. So you're going to see a price fluctuation between $23 and $27. So please look into NEO. I did cover NEO this morning on the live stream, if you were able to make it in. So NEO right now, we've got earnings out tomorrow, so that's what I'm watching closely for. And we've seen a sell-off today in Tesla, if you look, which is why NEO is actually flatlining on the day. Although Tesla is sitting right now at a support layer and it's oversold on the RSI. So we're going to see NEO probably doing like a bounce. It's going to be bounce. It's just going to stay here all day. We can also see that again, it is now using this layer of what was resistance. It broke above it. It's now going to use this as a support. So the next layer for NEO is going to be $45. So if we have good earnings out after the bell tomorrow, we're probably going to be going up to about $45. And if we do break above it, then we will use that again as a new layer of support on the floor. So we'll have to see. But trading NEO between $40 and $45 is what I would expect over the next week or two. Again, the highs of about $46 after earnings. So it could easily break above it if we have good earnings, but we just don't know what they're going to do. The next place for NEO to go to is $51 to $52. So there is some layer of resistance here, as you can see up this day. So that is what is going to happen with NEO. What's ALPP doing now? So it's, yeah, staying at that kind of area of 5.1, exactly where we said it would. Stay between 5 and 5.1. That's the area. So yeah, guys, that is the video for ALPP today. We've got someone says, Jack, I'm at work, but I'm a manager, so I'm sat at the office. Oh, nice. We've got people tuning in from work. Hope that you're having a nice day in the office there, Jack. We've still got 30 people in here. That's pretty awesome. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. And yeah, that wraps up this video, I guess. The live stream for ALPP. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Go down there, as always, smash that like. Unless you want me to look over any of your other favourite stocks, then let me know below in the comments. I'll just give it 30 seconds, just in case there's a small delay on this. And then if not, then I'll close off the live stream after that. Let's just see if anyone wants me to cover any of their other favourite stocks. Well, we've got some people in here today. But pretty exciting news, guys, on ALPP. So got to just now wait for that sell-off to happen and then start to buy back in. Probably going to see that happen towards Friday, unless, again, we do have Nasdaq uplisting announced. If we do get any news on the Nasdaq, then hey, I've missed my boat. I'll have to wait for it to come back down to earth before I get back in. That's alright, you're very welcome. Can you please... Well, ALPP, can't believe it. Yes, Jackie, we absolutely smashed ALPP. Great day, hey? What a fantastic day. So, guys, have a great day. I hope you guys stay safe in the markets, and I hope to see you guys back on my channel soon. Probably going to end the live stream now. But yeah, really did enjoy doing this for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for spending part of your day to be here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao, guys. Have a good one.